Hi guys, it's Sherry. Today we are going to be working on a star ornament. I love hanging up different types of ornaments from my windows. And I do the snowflakes, snowmen, and stars. So I want to show you a quick little tutorial on how I am going to create one of them this year. So the first thing I did was I rolled out my white Primo clay. It is not the whitest. I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be because we will be covering up most of it. I have two rolled out to my thickest setting, and I also have my silk screen here. So this silk screen is called Swirling Christmas, and I love it. It is this beautiful trees, it has these beautiful trees with swirls, and I just thought it was so pretty. So I wanted to use this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I will lay it on my clay, and I'm going to make sure that it's on there nicely just by rubbing my hand across. And then I have this gorgeous green acrylic paint. I love how shiny this is. It's like a metallic color. So I will just go right over that. And I don't need to fill the whole thing up, because I only need star size. So I will press that on and just use up the little bit of paint that I have left here. All right, then you carefully lift your stuff up. If you see that the paint didn't get as dark as you want, lay it back down and then re-press it, because sometimes your paint needs to be pressed down a little bit harder onto the clay to really show up. And then lift it back up, and now you can see I have darker paint on there. Now rinse out your silk screens right away so they do not dry and get destroyed. Okay, so next we're going to be using our smaller one, and I'm going to be using this roller. I used this roller in another tutorial that I did, and it was really just a hit with everybody. Everyone seemed to really love it. So I wanted to show you could do something else with this roller. And as you can see, I have a little bit of clay stuck here. I don't want my clay stuck in my roller, so I am going to cover my clay up with my saran wrap. And I love this little trick, because a lot of people do cornstarch and all that, and I don't have time to be messing around with all that mess. So saran wrap is like one of my best friends here. So I will take my roller, and I'm going to press pretty hard because I want this to really show up. So I press pretty hard here, and I'm just going to roll. And wait till you see what happens here. Look how gorgeous that came out. I gotta lift it up to really show you. You can see all the detail. Now I did it backwards, unfortunately. I want the deer down here. So I am going to re-roll this out and do it again, so I have my picture the way that I want it. Okay, so I'm going to do this one more time, but I love the way that this whole thing I love the way the detail really shows up, even with the saran wrap over it. I wasn't sure if it would work initially. I just want to make sure I still have enough room for my star, which I do. So this time, I got to remember, go that way, right? Yes. So I'll start at the bottom here. I'm going to press. And then I'm pressing pretty hard to make sure I get all that beautiful detail. And there we go. So you can see my clay stretches as I roll it. And that's why I wanted it to be on the thickest setting. And look how beautiful that came out. Absolutely gorgeous. So now let me see. Nope, still a little wet. So I'm going to let this completely dry, and then we'll come back and assemble this double-sided star ornament. All right, so my piece is dried, and I'm going to just lay down some deli paper here. Look how gorgeous that is. Absolutely beautiful. I really love this silk screen. So now I'm going to lay this upside down, and then I will lay this piece on top. And I'll press nicely, not hard because you don't want to mush your design. And then I'll get my saran wrap. I will once again lay this over top. And now I'm going to get my star cutter. And I know for a fact I want to get these deer. Those deer are what I am after. Now I'm going to go down. This is not the sharpest cutter by any means, I'll tell you that. For it being metal, it's not cut very sharp. Let me see if I can. I'm going to take off those edges. All right. Will not be perfect. I need to get a star that is a better cutter, but I love how it has these little, I don't know what, I love the curves on this, you know, how it like bubbles out. I think it's so pretty. So I really wanted to incorporate that design into this. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and start cleaning up my edges because I don't want to have to sand this down when I'm done. That side looks good. Alrighty. So smooth out your edges. Look how beautiful so far. That is going to be so pretty to hang on my window. So now, my next step is to get my liquid Sculpey and my green alcohol ink. And I'm just going to make this. There we go. So I'm going to take my liquid Sculpey, and this is the translucent one. Okay, so I have a nice pile on there. And then I'm just going to take 1 drop of my green alcohol ink. And that'll be a good start for us. I'm going to take my tool here, and I'm going to mix this all up. This will tell me if I want it darker, lighter. Let's go 1 more drop. And I will not go more than 2 drops because I know I'm not going to want it that dark. Okay. That's a pretty color. Reminds me of like a mint green. Now I have my paintbrush, and I am going to start taking this liquid Sculpey and painting it on top of here. And I go over the entire piece. And if you haven't done this before, you are going to absolutely love what this looks like after it's baked. I do put a nice layer on this because I want the background to be this beautiful green. Okay, now I'm going to get a baby wipe. And you could use a regular towel. And I'm going to just take my finger and I'm going to go over my piece. And I'm just going to wipe very carefully because my little trees here, I don't want those covered in a thick layer of my liquid Sculpey. I want the background covered. So I'm going to go over my deer. So those pop through. Get my branches. It's a little messy, but the results are so beautiful. So here, I think I took a little bit too much off. So I'll just go right over that area. Same thing here. My finger caught that. So any areas that you think you might have took too much off, just put it back on. The liquid Sculpey will spread, so you don't have to put it on perfect. It'll spread in those areas very nicely for you. All right. So once again, I'll just clean up the little areas of my deer. So I really want those deer to be popping through. My tree looks beautiful. Have a little part of my mountain there. So look how gorgeous that looks. I really hope you can see all the detail in that. So now I'll put this in my oven at 275. I'm going to bake it for my full half hour. And then we'll come back and we will finish this up completely. I have a little tiny black speck here, so I want to take that off. There we go. Okay, so once again, 275, because this is all my pre-milled clay, half hour, and then we come back. Okay, guys. So my piece is out of the oven. Look how beautiful. Is that not just absolutely gorgeous? I love that. It really gives it like almost like a ceramic look, which is super nice. And then the back, look how beautiful. I love doing everything double-sided. Absolutely beautiful. This was such a neat little thing that I tried once before and I loved it. And it's so simple, just absolutely simple. I love it. Okay, so my last step is to show you how to put your ribbon on, and that is really easy as well. You could put a hole in before you bake it, or you could do one after. I should have done one before because it would have been a bigger hole, but truthfully, I kind of didn't even think about it. So I'm going to take my drill here, and I'm just going to put a hole right at the top. Go all the way through. If you punch a hole in before you bake it with a tool like this, you will not have to use a jump ring. But I did not Truthfully, I kind of forgot about it. So what I am going to do is just put a jump ring in, and I'm going to make sure it's large enough. I'm going to take my pieces here. I'm going to cut them on an angle. And this is not the best pair of scissors, I'm going to tell you that. And then I just put my ribbon right through. Put them together. And then I will tie them together in a knot. And go right to the top. And these can be frayed, and I love fraying my pieces. So I'll take one of my tools here and just kind of fray them. I just think it gives it a really cool look. You don't have to do this, but this is what I like to do. I like to take a sharp tool and just fray them. Cut off the extras. And there. Now I'm going to hang that in my window. But look how beautiful. Simple, easy. And I really hope you guys enjoyed creating this piece with me. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.